діти роду козацького ми.
Sponsored by Ukrainian Credit Union. Believe it or not, it's Ron Cahut with Stay Ukrainian, my friends.
We're Cossack children of history.
It's Ronnie Cahut sitting in the beautiful downtown studios of Kontakt, and we're talking about CNUF, Canada's National Ukrainian Festival. Most people know it as the Dauphin Festival. It's probably because it's in Dauphin. The Dauphin Festival is the 3rd, 4th, and 5th of August, 2012. It's always on our civic holiday, the August 1st weekend. And it runs 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And it's divided up into 3 areas, really. The amphitheater where they do their shows is built on a hill. So there's the bottom of the hill, there's the top of the hill, and then there's the hill. So I guess we're going to talk a little bit about the bottom of the hill right now. There's the Ukrainian Heritage Village that's been built at the bottom of the hill. That's one of the main attractions. And there are many things that go on. One of the major buildings there is the Rhodes Hall. It was built in 1933, I believe. And in this hall is the Ukrainian Musicians Hall of Fame. I think I got my name in there too because I was given a Legendary Performers Award a couple of years ago. They take this very seriously too. There's all the musicians from the past. I might be one of the only ones that's still alive that's on the wall in there, I don't know. But it was an honor receiving this. That's one of the buildings there. It's in there, you know, one of the old halls from early in the 20th century that was built, and they put it on the property. The Ukrainian Orthodox Church is there too. And these are all country churches and country buildings, so it's worth taking a look to see how our ancestors who arrived in this country, exactly how they lived. Outside this hall as well, they're baking bread, and there's no better smell in the world than these outdoor ovens. It's like a peach, and they're baking bread, and they're selling the bread, and you can eat it right there, and they have homemade kalina jam, and it's really good. But you got to get in line quickly because it just like that it sells out, and bread and cinnamon buns and all kinds of stuff. The smell is terrific. Even outside, the whole area smells with it. There's a one-room schoolhouse there, and that's an interesting thing. My grandfather, when he came to Canada, taught in one of these one-room schoolhouses in Stewartburn, Manitoba. And if you've ever seen Little House on the Prairie, it's the same kind of thing. All the grades are in one room, and the one teacher teaches everybody. And not like today, but it's worth a look as well. And there's Maluta. The family is Maluta. Their pioneer home is there to see how people actually lived when they arrived in this country, because they were just sent into the fields. Here, you want a piece of land? Here you go. And there they were put. And it really wasn't a farm. It was rocks and trees, and they had their coats, and they had to live. And so it'll give you a little example of how they lived. There's also a tent at the bottom of the hill where Canada's national riding and dancing Cossacks assemble for each show. And these guys are always part of the show. They dress in full Cossack attire, and they ride their horses, and they come thundering in. It's quite a sight. There's maybe 25, 30 of them on horses, plus the regular Cossack troops. And they come charging across the field, and you can see them as they're coming in when you're sitting in the grandstand. And it's quite a sight to behold. And they bring all their Cossack weaponry and a cannon. And I guess I've been to Dauphin 20 times, maybe more. And I've seen this show maybe 20 times, no, I've seen it more, because each weekend you see it 3 or 4 times. And the point of the story is, you know that cannon's going to go off. You know it's going to go off. And you wait for it. And it goes off. And it scares the dickens out of you. It scares everybody. And the only thing that doesn't get scared by the cannon are the horses, because the guys are on a hill, and you wouldn't want the horse to buck a guy off on a hill. It would look pretty good, but only once. And that's what goes on at the bottom, plus the campgrounds. Tons of camping in Dauphin for those that can't find hotel rooms. Also, those that want to camp. At the bottom of the hill is primarily tents. So it's the younger people that are camping. At the top of the hill, the campgrounds, which are huge, are mostly RVs, motorhomes, recreational vehicles, etc. And it's like a little village. So, you know, in the afternoons, they're singing, people walking around with accordions and playing and singing all weekend. It's worth the drive. It's really worth the drive if you're going to drive. Well, 24 hours from Toronto, but another 3.5 hours out of Winnipeg to drive to Dauphin. But it's definitely worth the shot. August 3rd, August 4th, August 5th, 2012, Dauphin, Manitoba, Canada's National Ukrainian Festival. We'll be back next month to talk a little bit more about the top of the hill and the show. In the meantime, Ron Cahoot, stay Ukrainian, my friends.
Покажіть нам знимку із себе із тризубом і зможете виграти фотоапарат. Відвідайте нашу веб-сторінку www.ukrainiancu.com за дальшими інформаціями.
There you go.
Sponsored by Ukrainian Credit Union. Believe it or not, it's Ron Cahoot with Stay Ukrainian, my friends.
We're Cossack children of history.